with the EHA crew. And final testing with the PS5 arcade machine. Just in the final, it's pretty much ready to get shipped out the door. Just doing final testing on everything, making sure it's all working well for us. What's up, Chris Killer? So I'll kind of walk you around this machine here. This is our machine of the week. I think our video already got posted. So again, I think I might have shown this off, but so this unit has a PS5 in it. And then these are actually analog sticks. So dual analog. And the control panel is set up for the customer's liking. So you got the dual analog. Obviously you can see we have the lighted buttons for PlayStation. This is like the D-pad. This is like the touchpad button, and then like your options button for all 4 players. And then the PlayStation buttons are all up front. So you can see that I'll say PS. And then I have these switchers on the bottom to turn each one on and off. So it's super cool is, like I said, each one of these will light up per player. So you can kind of see if I turn these off. And the reason you got to have the switcher on there is so the board can communicate with the Brook converter, because you have to have a different style of board for each player. So each individual player has its own board, and then you needed a converter for each player. So then obviously you can kind of see then when I go to turn each player on, each player will light up. So if you only wanted to play one player, you know, your one player will light up. If you want to play 2 players, you turn this guy on. And then obviously 3, 4 from there. Yeah, so it was the most challenging part, was getting the board interface, the Brook converter, and all that to communicate, work with each other. I had to do a bunch of soldering and swapping of the way they had the joysticks inputted. This has by far been one of the hardest machines I probably worked on as far as like all this stuff integrated. I feel like the Buck Hunter that went in the back of the players was easier, in my opinion. So, but so yeah, there you guys go. Dragon's Crown. Super cool. I mean, you still have the PlayStation remote, because obviously I didn't want to gut a PlayStation 5 and figure out how to get the power button up on top where you could turn it on that way. And anyways, when you turn it on, you're going to need a controller to select your player. And then after you get past that, you can turn these on and then have these integrate with it. So you'll turn it on with your, you know, PlayStation 5. Once that kicks in, your marquee light will turn on. All that good stuff for you. And then you can turn on each individual controller from there. So yeah, the reason why we had to, like David is saying there, the reason why we had to do the PlayStation 5 and do all this is that Dragon's Crown Pro is only available for PS4 or 5. It's not available for any other console. So we're not able to emulate it. So this was the only way to get this game to run. So obviously you can still use it. You can still, obviously I can still hit my PlayStation button on the front here and get into your trophies and do all that good stuff like you normally would be. So you can, I can get back to like the home page here and do all that. But yeah, super hard to get it all to integrate. I just finally got everything, all the controllers and everything working with each other yesterday. So I was super happy because the Brook converters that I had, their center thing that you can go in and you can, calibrate your joysticks and do button remapping and all that, that wasn't working for me. So I think recently they just had an update and I found it the other day and got it all working, running perfect. So, man, it was, like I said, it was just a nightmare just to get it to interface with the PlayStation 5, but got it working. So I'm so happy. Well, right now, like I said, it's just this one game that he wanted. I'm sure you could play a few other games on here, but this is what he just wanted, was this one game to be up and running and working. Yeah, so yeah, I'm rocking the Brook converters. So like I said, each individual player has like one of these Brook converters. This is what I did. Or we did. And then do it, but still need, yeah, so, and then these are like dual analog, just to give you guys a peek. So you can kind of see, I got the Brook converters in there, and then there, yeah, these like special boards that we have, and each one interfaces with each player. And then obviously I had to extend wires. I had to, because they had these like backwards. So when I would either go left or right or up and down, I could swap them all around, but either left and right was backwards or up and down. So I actually had to solder wires, flip all that around. Yeah, they're like, you can swap them in different modes. So I think they would turn up into an iPack, or I think like Android it would come up as, or it would come up as like a PlayStation 3. So they have different modes. And now I just switched it. That's what I just did, I think, on this one. So if you press and hold the PlayStation button, which is what I'm doing, you guys can see. Oops. So if I press and hold this, you guys can see how it just swapped. So you can swap it in different modes, but then this is the mode you want it on. Yeah, lots of configuration, just lots of tedious back and forth on the PC and on here, and then just testing it in game, figuring out, how stuff works on a PlayStation controller. It's just kind of a lot of back and forth. That was probably the most time consuming. Like I said, I think this has been one of my most hardest builds. Is just getting this up and running. So, just to show you guys. So typically too, when I would go to turn this off, you want to turn each individual board off, because if you leave them on and turn it back on, you're probably going to run into a little bit of a problem with turning it on, because you'll end up having to turn these off, turn them back on. So I was always just, when you're done, if you power off, you can do that, and then I just would turn all the boards off, just to kind of give you guys a preview here. Okay. Supports next-gen consoles, but runs on... Oh. Yeah, I forget what these boards were. I think I have one sitting here. So yeah, they were like this style of board. Just I can show you. I mean, this is what we're rocking. So each one of these is like a acts as a button, and then you get the lighted effect too out of these. And then this is like your dual analog part. This is what we use for the D-pad over here. And then it does have like that 5-volt lighting. So that's how I'm lighting all the other buttons into that. Because our D-pad buttons on there, those buttons like right there, are actually our own arcade buttons, and we integrated them into this board. So, and then yeah, the back of it, yeah, this is what it says. So SJ at JX 3D game controller board, so you can kind of see PS3, PC, Android, Xbox 360. So one of these with that Brook converter is what we're rocking. So this in correlation with this, and it worked. So yeah, you can kind of see I did a little bit of a mapping here of kind of what the stuff is tied into. So like your PlayStation button, you can see how I have all that. Touchpad options, these were the analog, this was the D-pad. Well yeah, so just to kind of give you guys... Watch now, do all this, and it probably is not going to work for me. That's going to be probably the funny thing. But, so yeah, if I hit this. And then I'm just using one of those power strips, those smart power strips. So when you kick on the PlayStation, it'll kick on everything else. We even got under panel lighting on this. And what I did too in the back, because I know these PS5s run hot. So I did the courtesy and put an intake, and the PlayStation 5's on this side and an outtake. I'll give you guys a little bit of preview of the back too.
Oh, back here.
And then I just have the PlayStation 5 setting set in there. So just to give you a little preview, so yeah, I mean the PS5 is just sitting back here, and then I have my stuff all plugged in there, got an audio extractor out of that, and then obviously, like I said, I have my fans. Yeah, right? Yeah, if you guys want to check out my wire management, there you go, I'll give you a little preview of it. Gotta run it all pretty in the inside, even though you don't see it, man. I like it nice and clean in here. See, I got my fans. Kind of see how I have it all tied together in there. So basically, we'll ship it with the PlayStation 5 in the back, and then the guys just got to, plug in the 4 things in the back, and away you go, man. So that's just a little preview back there. Oh, you guys are talking about. So yeah, you can see now. And then I made this EHA, which is kind of cool, and I found an arcade that I just made up for now. Thought it was kind of cool to do that. So yeah, then from here, like I was saying, when you turn your controller on, you'll get to this first part. And you can't turn a controller on, because I tried to turn these on and try to overtake from here, but it won't let me. So you still, unfortunately, got to use this, which... And then from here is when you can actually start to take over, is when you get to this part. I think so, yeah. So I can turn, like I said, I can turn that on. And then sometimes they might like flash like they're doing, I've noticed. So that flash twice. So when this gentleman gets the machine, he's just going to kind of have to probably be patient and give this stuff a second. I had to tighten that up. We're a little wobbly. Got some drunkenness going on the phone. All right. Yeah, so this is running at 4K. Yeah, so it still have our same speakers. Volume is all on the bottom. Still plug headphones in that. I mean, you're running a PlayStation, you could probably Bluetooth headphones to it too. But then from here, when I turn the controller board on, you hit the PlayStation button twice. And then you can see now I can overtake, and now I could select my player from there. And I could do all the other players too, but I'm not gonna. I'll just give you a preview. And then obviously from here is where I can go down. There's still, you can kind of see I still might have a little bit of fine tuning to do. Kind of did some of that yesterday, but I noticed today when I was jumping on this stick, I kind of tapped it to the right and it kind of kicked back a little bit, so there might be a little bit of fine tuning. Dragon's Crown Pro, I've never heard of it. I've never heard of this game, you guys. So Dragon's Crown Pro, it's just a PlayStation 4 game. I don't even think they've done a remake or anything of it. Very unique. I've never played the game, never heard of it, never seen it. So, and then yeah, the art here, you guys, the art design is like a very art. So yeah, here, I'll stop jibber jabbering and flabbing my mouth and let you guys see some of the gameplay.
10 million times. When it comes to bad jokes, I can predict the punchline.
But just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a walk around. Yeah, 4K, 60 hertz. So yeah, let's give you a little bit of gameplay, huh? How are we for this screen? I know it's probably not, you're not gonna get the best view in the world, but so let's get up and get it. Yeah, it's like a side scroller beat 'em up, you guys. It's kind of almost like a dungeon crawler where you have different characters to select through. I mean, you can kind of see how the control panel is. So you turn that. Woo! Turn that down a bit. I think we just have a 60 hertz TV in here, you guys. So it's not like a, obviously you could get 120 and stuff like that. And I think PlayStation's able to run at 120, but 60 is gonna do us just fine. Yeah, obviously the more you can get, the better, but so yeah, I was just kind of showing you, like, you can pick like different characters like wizards and stuff like that. Yeah, I doubt. Yeah, let me see it, because this might not even run any higher than 60 hertz. Yeah, I mean, even on here on the game, I mean, you can see, I don't know if you guys can read that, but it says 720 1080i or 1080p, and I mean, we're running at 4K. So obviously it's up-resed from 1080. So technically, if you want to say, it's not really 4K, and I mean, that is with PlayStation anyways to begin with. They're all up-resed from there. Yeah. I was calling this machine the cleavage gate. But here, we'll get into it. So I was just rocking a character with a sword. Like I said, you can get characters with the wizard and stuff like that. But I was liking the dude with the sword. I think the people with wizards and stuff were just a little bit harder to play. So obviously I just kind of went for the beginner crap. But you can see how you can select different characters. You'll get different weapons, so you can, you know, obviously open treasures, things like that too as well. Yeah, right. The cleavage gate. All right.
All right.
So I forgot where we left off.
You have unraveled the mystery of the
But here we go.
disappearances. Obtain your reward at the guild.
So we gotta go to the guild. So again, like I said, you have like your touchpad. So this is like the touchpad button, and then you can bring up your map. And this acts as like your right analog stick up on top here. So Adventures Guild. There you go, there you go. Oh, it looks like I got a trophy. Investigate the village girl's disappearance. You completed the quest.
You are curious about the bloody scroll. You show Samuel the scroll and tell him what you saw in the catacombs. After examining the scroll, the signature and other details indicate that it is a letter from the king to the princess. It is a report telling her that he had obtained the dragon's crown. You wonder if this letter is true.
Oh,
you
no.
can't deny the king's death.
Let's get past some of
Go
that.
back.
Quest.
You have a request.
So we can get some new quests. So let's go back. I know we can learn skills. So you can see you'll get like skill points, and then you can, there's like fighter specific skills, and then you can do like a common, which is just like a general. So you can see learn skills specific to your fighter. Otherwise, you can learn skills common to all classes. So I think aerial attack. So he's got like an aerial spin attack, which is pretty cool. So I was waiting to actually upgrade this one. I need level, well, I am level 7. I think it says level 10. So I can't do any more with this. I think I was just going into the common. There's chance of taking, so I think I was picking up coins to recover my health. Picking up coins adds to your score, so level 7. Can I do this one? No. Well, increase your max health. So let's do that for now.
Stop!
You're apprehended by the guards. I was apprehended. I didn't
Immediately
even...
you are overwhelmed by guards and thrown into the castle jail, charged for a crime you did not commit.
David said it wasn't.
This is a common fate for people who hold a royal secret. You are being removed.
Yeah,
from
so
the
like I
honor
was
of the
saying,
castle.
this is like your left stick, this is your right stick. I mean, you could have configured it differently too. But that's the way he wanted it. So obviously you could have configured it a little bit differently. Maybe if you wanted to, maybe you could have the right stick here with the touchpad here on each player, potentially. But where it gets kind of tricky is, you know, with all these other buttons too. You figure your D-pad button, your select, and then to try to fit another stick over here, you would have to shift all this over. Yeah, I think David was saying that wasn't able to find it at all to emulate it, because I'm sure we would have probably have went that route. But we weren't able to find it, so this was our
After a few
next
days,
best thing to
the
do, you
ceremony
guys.
opens. Once your eyes grow reacclimated to light, You see Count. He unshackles your ankles and explains the situation to you. As expected, Gustav was working for Book once Dean got Princess Vivian to safety, and
Ships at charter, blah blah blah.
the princess apologizes.
So obviously you can tell there's like a whole story
While she was
behind
hostage,
all of this, you
Dean
guys.
couldn't-
I'm not
this
gonna delve
kingdom,
into all of
however,
it.
If McNeil get Princess Vivian asks Gustav's ship to get the orb back, you travel to Ghost Ship Cove, a known pirate hideout.
As the pro version on our system, but the game is not the same. Huh. So, where do we have to go? We gotta go to the ships. See, I can do the double jump. And then what he's got like the spin attack, like I said, which is super cool. So, and then he does like a slam your sword down in the ground. I think you can throw it too. So I think I was holding circle. I think you could just tap. Oh no, I did that too. I think when you're actually playing a game, you can actually throw the sword too as well. So I think we want to go to, what did he say, the shipyard? I know Blaine has played this game before. I haven't, like I said. So I think we go to if we go to the gate. This is where we can select different levels and things. So I know if you double tap to the right or to the left, he'll run. So this is where you can kind of see that you can select different levels and stuff like that. So the ghost ship, so that's where we need to go. So let's just jump into there.
The inside of the cave connects to a fissure on the coastline. It seems large enough to contain another ocean.
And then you control, like you'll have this
Sailor's dread
guy,
passes
you
through
can
this
control
area.
him to
There
open
are
up
myriad tales
chests
of
and
ships
things like that too as well. Ed, Blaine, and Clark over here, all three of us were just playing on this too. So you can see how I can, you take your other stick and you can control this and you can have him open up chests, you can have him open up doors. He's kind of like your little helper in a way. Let's see how bad I can get my freaking butt whooped. The playability on this game, you guys, is super fun. So what's cool too, I know, is if you like collect fruit in this game too as well. If you just let your players sit, they'll eat the fruit and your health will increase too as well. So I got all that. So you can see it's like with this guy, you want to do like your aerial attack. He's like really good at. You get him in the air and you can just slice and dice him. Slice and dice him. And I know, I think if you hold, yeah, so if I hold square down when I'm just standing, it'll like protect with a shield.
A beautiful voice in the sea calls out to you. You'd heard of mermaids legendary from your conversation. According to the mermaid, the pirates scattered throughout the islands use this area as a hub for trade amongst themselves. Rumors claim that among their treasures
And
is
then
a
you can
magic
pick up like
lamp
these
that
bones.
goes
You can
through
pick up
the
dead
deep.
bones and you can revive people. So you can see like the other character that's playing too is like one of the characters that you could revive, and then they'll help you in missions. I know you can go back to like the tavern and add more characters, things like that. So yeah, you can like select your hand. There's like treasures all throughout the level, so you can kind of see. And he'll go and pick all that up. Otherwise, you can pick it up too yourself. All right. Let's see, still alive down there, just laying on the ground.
No, I can do that.
So yeah, there's some fruit. So then your D-pad, if you can see up here, if I do my D-pad, you can select, you can pick different weapons too up. And then you have like a health potion. So then if I hit down on the D-pad, I'll use my lotion, or my potion. I was gonna say lotion. You need your lotion for that. Oh crap.
They were being duplicitous.
Can't
It
spit
was
out the
all
words
rules.
today, guys. Can't spit out the words. Later. So then you can come and select the treasure. You can have them open that for us. There you go. You can pick up the crossbows and stuff and use all that stuff too. But I'm not gonna do that. And those treasures too, you also get like different equipment and things like that too. So let's, oh, we gotta pick up his bones. Pick up my bones. But yeah, super fun gameplay, you guys. Really super fun. Like I said, it's kind of like one of those dungeon crawler loot kind of games. If I can speak here, my lips can talk. If my lips are talking and my brain ain't catching up with it, that's probably it. There you go. Yeah, Xbox probably would be easier. You guys, Xbox definitely would be easier. I feel like PlayStation's more restricted with their stuff and their license. Ooh, a flamethrower. Let's pick up that bad boy. Let's try this out, huh? tons of bones. There we go. Burn them down! Burn them down! Once your score reaches a certain amount, you gain 1 life point. Life points are shown above on the left of your face icon. You will recover 1 kill. Oh, cool. There we go. Alright. Keep on going. We're probably eventually going to get to the boss fight here. What the? Where'd my sword go? I lost my sword. There we go. Did I not kill those? Oh, I bet you I need the torch. You gotta pick up the torch. There. The only way you can kill them is with the torch, the ghosts. I wanna pick up the bones. You can't bring back. Oh, I got too many bones on me. Collected too many bones. Did I die? Oh, I died. I forgot to pay attention to my health.
You've walked right into the pirates' den. They're coming to attack you.
There we go. Here's the boss fight. Let's see how bad I get my freaking butt whooped.
The pirates have the magic lamp. Your situation will turn quite dire if you don't take it from them. The pirate has pulled the genie out.
Oh
Quick,
no,
get the
we got
lamp
the
out of
genie in the
pirate
lamp. Crap, get that. Oh, no! Of course, I picked it up and then.
The pirate has pulled the genie out. Quick, get the lamp out of the pirate's hand.
I'm trying! Oh, I died! Again.
The pirate has pulled the genie out. Quick, get the lamp out of the pirate's hand.
Stop! Oh, I see. I gotta take it back. I died again, man. Oh man. Pick that up.
The pirate has pulled the genie out. Quick, get the lamp out of the pirate's hand.
Obviously, it would probably be, in a boss fight, the more players we have, the better. I'm getting my freaking butt whooped right now. some of you guys.
You have summoned forth a genie. Don't let them take the lamp.
There we go. I got the genie now. There we go. There we go. There we go.
The magic lamp granted a wish and flew off. You find the orb stolen by the Prime Minister among the treasure before it's left behind.
Alright. So then you can kind of see how you can level up from here, you guys. You can see your stats, you know, how you level up and things like that.
You reclaim the stolen royal orb.
So we got the royal orb. And then you can see how you get different items, and then you can, no. So you can kind of see it's for what kind of characters. And then you can appraise this stuff and equip it. But some of the levels are higher than what I have. There's that. But we're just gonna take all this stuff here.
The orb you retrieve must be returned to the castle.
But yeah, there you guys go. I just wanted to give you a little bit of preview of the Dragon's Crown and all the PS5 stuff that we kind of integrated into it. Things like that. I was super pumped, like I said, to get this all working and up and running. Yeah. And then we also have, I'll just show you this one too. No, we're not going to go yet. I got about 10 minutes. But if you're going to head out, Chris, see you later. And then we did a max height. So I think this was like about 73 inches, right at 73 inches or so here for max height. This individual wanted a max height, so we made that work. I think the control deck sits just a hair lower, but still had it at about perfect height, I feel like, to do all that, because he had to fit it in a tighter spot. So yeah, let me just kind of show you around this machine too. We put a Stream Deck in here too, he wanted. So I got that Stream Deck in there. I got our Extreme Home Arcades. Kind of cool how you can do all that stuff with that Stream Deck. But yeah, like I said, we 73-inch max height. So you can see how this one's like obviously taller. If I would stand next to this machine. If I stand next to this one, you can see I'm just pretty much almost as tall as it. Yeah, right? That would be sweet. It can like interface, it can do all kinds of things. I don't have one. I've just messed around with them here, but I know you can, yeah, so I know Arcade Adam has one. But you can like turn your volume up and down. You can map it to certain games, so you can push on this and the game will load up for you. I mean, you can do all kinds of like cool stuff with it, I know. I'm still saving my pennies and working up to get my own machine at some point, so. But yeah, that one's a nice build too. Got like the white logo, kick plate. they added USBs up front. I think we even did a, oh yeah, USB-C. And then this one is running the new Ultra too. So the new Intel Ultra, and then I think we're still running the 4060. Obviously the newer motherboard with that. Let me show you the other side. I keep walking to this side. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it does all kinds of things. And I know you can change like multiple pages. So, I mean, you could have an internet button or, like I said, whatever you want to do. Yeah, it's super cool. So, yeah, we got that one and then this one. And then this is my next special project. So this thing just kind of looks like a giant sub box, you guys, but it's going to be a Tron box, putting the guy's computer in here too. And then he wanted the RGB molding around it. So he kind of wanted his computer and stuff in here and then making him an etched panel, a Tron panel with a slimmed down box that he can put on a desk. But I did all the stuff, made sure he's got like the fans, you know, stuff to run all of his cords in through, things like that. So yeah, got our machines lined up, ready to rock. My messy area with all my garbage. I know we got that coming up, and then I know I got to design a Guitar Hero machine. So that should be interesting too. I'm trying to figure out how to design that, make that all work. I know we got that, and what other, oh, and we're gonna do one of the lightsaber cades, you guys, too, as well. We're going to put a 55-inch in that, so that's gonna be kind of interesting to figure that out too as well. So yeah, like I said, I'm just super happy to get this thing up and working on a control deck, things like that. So super pumped. Just have to do a few finishing touches up on this machine here, you guys, and this one's out the door. Oh yeah. What do we want to do? Maybe do a little more gameplay of this here. For about the last like 5 minutes, you guys can jump into this. So I think if I go in here, I think this is where you can like resurrect your.
How can I help you?
So you can see you can like resurrect all these different characters. And then I think if you do that too, you can add them in when you're playing too as well. Why don't we resurrect some of these people?
Allow this heart to beat again. Quench their thirst. Lead the wandering soul back. Reverse death. And awaken them.
We are building a machine too for the guy that created Subnautica. So I don't know if you guys ever heard of that game, but he ordered a machine through us too as well. On your venture, so it's kind of cool, like I said. Why don't we do another one?
Allow this heart to beat again.
So I think you can bury them too. I don't know what that does. There's just a ton of things that you can do with inside of the game too.
And awaken them.
I didn't die young. And like I said, you can bury. What happens when you pray? So it looks like they can boost certain things if you trade. Increase life points by 1 when adventuring, so let's do that one. You receive the effects of the life protection. So that's kind of cool.
As you leave the temple, a ragged old man slumped in the road calls out to you in a gravelly voice. His raspy voice makes it difficult for you to discern if he's
Look at
even
this old
speaking
crippled
your
old
language.
guy here. Probably be me when I'm 90.
You can give him a
You got
coin
some
if you feel
change?
pity for him. Of course, you're free to walk away as well.
Yeah, we'll give him a coin. I can spare a coin.
He doesn't even acknowledge the coin. He mutters over and over. You probably won't be able to communicate with him, no matter how long you...
Oh, that's alright. Yeah, right. And then here's like the shop I know. So the magic shop. And here is where you can buy, sell items. You can repair your equipment. This is where you can go and all that stuff that I found. You can come in here and appraise it. So to unlock it, so you can use it, you can appraise it. You can sell the stuff too. Just to kind of show you a bit of this, so we can repair our equipment. So maybe let's just repair our shields and our swords. I think the stuff that I got wasn't any better, so I'm not even gonna appraise any of that. So it's saying, let's return, so we need to go to the castle. So let's go to the castle. I could walk there too, but it's kind of nice where you just have that map that you can quickly open up and get there too as well.
To the worst possible outcome. You've won a great deal of favor from the royal family. The princess smiles upon you. The succession imbroglio has been...
Yay, we got another trophy. All right.
Still, the future king wears a somber expression. He knows Hydeland still faces many difficult challenges. The Xingyak Orc tribe is pushing in from the east, and more tribes are joining their ranks. They're an ever-present menace. Also, while worse still, you are beginning to... I need it. After completing a large task, you return to a normal routine, fulfilling requests on behalf of the Adventurers Guild.
No, we're just running PS5 in here, Nick. Oh yes, it will be mine. It will be mine. So go to the Adventurers Guild. So now we're back to the Adventurers Guild, which I think we were right in front of. Yeah, like I said, it's a fun game, you guys.
Reviewing the outstanding requests at the guild, you spot one from the magician Lucane. It is about rune magic. You tell Guildmaster Samuel that you'll accept this job, and pay Lucane a visit to inquire about the details.
You're back.
So again, this is where you can learn the skills, you can get quests.
You have a request.
So this is obviously where you'd like side quests where you'd go back and do some of this too as well. What was it saying? So I can't accept anymore, so I'd have to go back obviously and complete some of those. Well, we could maybe learn, what are we, level 8 at one point? I think I need to be level 10. Send out ripples that creep along the ground. Sure, let's do that one.
You entered Lucane's tower to ask about his request.
Interface, our system only work with all analog sticks. Yeah, that's what the customer wanted. In this game, you can't emulate. You can't find it anywhere. It's only on the PlayStation 4 or 5, I believe, the Dragon's Crown Pro. Because apparently there is a Dragon's Crown game, but the two are different. The Star Wars pre-built pedestal. Oh, emulation is possible, but unconfirmed. Need minutes. Our Star Wars pre-built pedestal. The control deck is artwork. So the control panel is artwork, but everything else that's on that machine, the sides, that's all poly inlay stuff. So that's all stuff that we etch and paint, back paint, things like that. So I believe the sides, the neon ring too, with the Darth Vader in that, that's all poly too as well. Can't even remember why we haven't done one of those in a while. The Star Wars one. The Star Wars pedestal, what was all on that? I forget.
TV trim, lighted buttons, battleship box, neon ring.
Well, are you saying, I guess, is he saying the pedestal or the ultimate pedestal? Because don't we have a Star Wars pedestal?
Yeah, we do. Also, the neon ring.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys got to realize it's super tricky and hard to etch that poly. To etch that poly in those panels, you guys, like, I'd tell you right now, it's a freaking headache, like, to do that stuff. Like, it's super tricky to do it, get it all correct on the CNC and have it all etch out and do the painting. It's a lot of work, you guys. It's a lot of work, to be honest with you, to do all that. Like, it might look super easy and all that when it's all done and it looks good, but it's a lot of work to get it to that point. But yeah, they turn out nice. It's just the panels were super hard and tricky to do. I mean, we still do the Death Star that way on that lightsaber cade. And again, I mean, if it all doesn't work out, it'll go through that poly and then you got to start all over. So that's, again, where it's like got to be tricky because, I mean, you got to pay attention to what you're doing. And it's like you almost got to kind of babysit and watch the CNC etch all that out because, like I said, if it goes through, you're kind of screwed at that point. You got to start all over. So that's where it gets to be kind of hard and it can, you know, be expensive in a way too. I mean, if you kind of go through a couple sheets of poly trying to do all that. So, well, yeah, you guys, I think we're going to call it a week this week though, everyone. Just want to say thanks for joining this week. Hopefully kind of piqued your interest a bit with that machine. Kind of got to see a cool game, something a little different that we do. But yeah, we do it on the Death Star, like David's saying, because we do that lightsaber. I mean, we were looking at trying to do a graphic for that too to make it a little easier, but it's so impossible to try to replicate that on, you know, artwork and do all that stuff, so. But yeah, there you go, guys. PS5 arcade, all integrated, dual analog sticks, all that good stuff. You know, even have the square triangle. He didn't need the R2 L2 for this required game, so it was more likely just a standalone system, PlayStation 5, with this one game to make it all work. But thanks, guys. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Nice having y'all up past the 3,000 subscriber mark. So keep it coming, you guys. thank you, and we'll see you next week. If you haven't checked us out and you're new, check us out, extremehomearcades.com. You know where to find us, right? All right, guys. Thanks, Arcade Adam, for joining too, bud. Always nice to have you on here. All right. Bye.